Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of want to discuss with you guys about what's going on with Rose. Um, we've been taking X-rays of her leg throughout the week. I've taken three different types of X-rays, three different times. And initially, when we took the X-ray on her, when Doc was out, when you guys saw the video on that, uh, he said that her leg was broken. So, although we do trust Dr. Martin entirely, we went through and we took an X-ray anyways, just so that way we could identify exactly where the break was, which we found. Um, which is extremely unusual. Doc even said like he doesn't really see broken femurs, especially on pigs. He said the only time he's ever really seen a broken femur was when a dog was hit by a car. Especially because Rose is not a very large pig. She's maybe 300 pounds, 350 pounds. She's not big. She's not overweight. She's not one of our massive breed animals that we have here. So the break itself was just a fracture. It wasn't a compound fracture. It wasn't actually separated. It was actually just a fracture at the end of the neck of the femur called the proximal end. And I'm going to show you where the break actually was. Like it's very faint, but you could tell that it was there. So if you look right here, you can see the break. Now this right up in here in her knee, that's osteoarthritis advanced. I don't know if you guys remember Rose's story, but a few years ago she was actually sent home to essentially die with osteoarthritis, where they pretty much said, hey, you should euthanize her, you should put her down. So her getting, meds to kind of help relieve the pain and everything else, prolonged her life for several years, and she was doing really, really well. However, after this break, we were told, hey, it's going to fix itself, it's going to heal, we can't surgically fix it, but her body's going to do everything on her own, and she should be okay. Just keep her on pain medication, make sure she's getting food, make sure she's getting water and everything else, and just isolate her. Well, her family's been doing a really good job of actually protecting her. Her aunts, Daisy and Roxy, watch over her and lay by her every single night, and they're there. I prop her up and feed her during the day, and I give her several gallons of water during the day through a metal bowl, and she seems to be taking it. However, over the last couple of days, Rose has kind of like steadily started to decline. So I took another set of X-rays because today Rose actually refused to eat, and she only took a gallon of water today, and she barely even drank the whole thing. And I've actually been having to administer her pain medication via injection because she won't even take the sandwich anymore. So I took another set of X-rays today, and if you look at the ilium part, which is closest towards her hip and her pelvis, the hip's fine. So there's nothing going on there. There's nothing on the higher end of the femur, but it's towards the lower end of her knee. So I'm going to show you this here real quick. This is the one that I got today. So I'm going to go up. And zoom in for you here a little bit. So if you look, this is the break now. And this part of her knee, now the osteoarthritis is actually more advanced. You can see the cloudiness. And I'm afraid that this bone is not going to join with the infected end of her femur and her knee, and I'm afraid that it's just too weak, which is probably why that break actually happened, because the osteoarthritis started to eat away at the bone so much that it caused this break right here, and I cannot see any real remodeling. Now it looks like it might be trying to cup over it, but I don't think that this healthy bone is going to reattach itself to the infected bone. That's one of our main concerns. I don't think that this is going to fix itself, and transporting her right now would be unnecessarily stressful for her. Erica's talking to an orthopedic surgeon, and we're talking to Dr. Martin, and we're trying to figure something else out. I just don't think at this point it would really be fair to keep her with us, because I don't think that her body is going to heal itself. Rose is 6 years old. She's still fairly young. I can just kind of tell just by looking in her eyes and looking at her face that I don't she doesn't have the confidence in herself that she's going to be able to heal. And I don't know. She looks pleading, but I don't really know what else I can do besides injections with pain medication to keep the pain down. So, I mean, I don't really know what to say, but that's kind of what's going on right now. I want to really do it on the massive platform, but I just want to keep you guys informed that this is kind of like where we're sitting at right now. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll fill them in as much as possible. And I appreciate your patience through my explanation, but just keep Rose in your thoughts and your prayers, okay? Because I think Rose is kind of letting me know that she's ready to go.